Welcome back, guys. We're at it again. Yes, that's right. I have changed the podcast name yet again. Third time is a charm. Talking Taboo with Tara. I'm going to be talking with people that are telling their stories that are unfiltered. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I'm just like the girl next door. I go to the grocery store, I take my kids to softball practice, and I do all the normal things that everybody else does. But I love to talk about sex. Hello, this is Miss J. I've created this uncensored podcast to talk about sex in great detail. I'm not leaving anything off the table. Make sure there's no little ears around. It's definitely not for everybody, but you might be more intrigued than you thought.
This is the Sexy Horn Dogs podcast. Now here's your host, Miss J.
Welcome back, Sexy Horn Dogs. We are all done with our summer break. Guess what? We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary with one of my favorite guests, KKrazy. She's joining us now.
Hey y'all, it's KKrazy here.
How you doing, baby doll?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So last time we talked, you had a boyfriend, and this time you don't. You're single,
right?
Correct?
Single as a Pringle.
And ready to mingle?
Ready to mingle.
Okay. Or are you going to stay single for a while? Which is it?
Well, you can be single and mingle.
True that. True that. All right. So, you know what? In 2024, we have sex trends. And some of these sex trends I've never even heard of. Some of them I have, some of them I haven't, but we're going to get into it. And here we go. All right. Sex trend number 1, sexual mindfulness, which means you are less casual dating into more, intimate relationships. And you are very picky and choosy on who you get in that relationship with.
So I would say that definitely describes me, except at this point in life, I'm not currently looking for a relationship. But in the fact that even though I don't have a boyfriend, I don't just give myself to any and everybody. So I think that definitely falls into the sexual mindfulness category. I think that is almost like wait until marriage in a way and celibacy. But at the same time, in this day and time, you have to be very careful. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with finding someone to shebang with, right? But you got to be careful who that someone is, because in this day and time, everybody's sleeping with everybody a lot of times. So there's nothing wrong with having sexual mindfulness. I actually respect that about people.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. The next one is open intimacy. Open intimacy to me is when you're in an open relationship and you are upfront and honest with the person and letting them know that you're sleeping with other people, not just them, is what I think open intimacy is. But I guess if you're being open to your partner on letting them know what you want and what you desire in the bedroom, it makes it so much more clear for that person to please you. So
one thing about me personally is it's always an aim to please, especially in a situation that it's my man, right? So I want to please him in every single way. So I would want him to have open intimacy. If he's not liking the way I'm doing something, which let me say I've never had a problem with, but I'm very OCD about what I do. So for me, I'm always open. I'm very open. One time my baby daddy went to go down on me and he did not know what he was doing. And buddy, you too old to not know what you're doing. So you're bringing it on up, because I can't be a guinea pig when it comes to that. You need to watch some YouTube tutorials or whatever you need to do, or we can't do that, because it was very not right. So I think open intimacy is very important. I want to be pleased in the most ways. I want to squirt. I want to do all the things. I want the biggest orgasm I can get. I want back-to-back orgasms. So if I know what he needs to fix to do that, then why shouldn't I tell him? And as far as being single and open intimacy. Yeah. I think that if you're single, I believe in being upfront with people. So if I'm single and I'm doing my thing, I'm going to let you know that, hey, I'm dating multiple people. Sometimes when you say you're dating multiple people, that can just be dating, depending on how you look at it. But if I'm dating and I'm being sexually casual with multiple people, out of respect for everybody in that situation, I'm going to let them know, hey, you're not the only one I'm seeing. I am sexually with other people. If that bothers you, we don't have to do our thing. But if it don't bother you, let's get crunk.
Right. It's more in intimacy as like, it's not so taboo, the taboo anymore. Everybody thinks that talking about a woman's menstruate cycle and all this, there was this kid that he was in the store and he was actually looking for tampons. This is a story a woman told me, or I heard somewhere. And he actually thought that if you didn't stick something up in there and plug it up, that you would actually grow a penis. Women, why are you not telling your boys what a period is? What your when your menstrual cycle is here? My son knows what it is. Why are women not telling their children what they are? Oh my goodness. It's a mess.
This is a total different world we live in today. Parents aren't parents anymore. You know what I'm saying? Parents aren't doing what parents should. Parents aren't taking time to discuss things with their kids. And one thing I believe in, I am a mother of 3. I believe in being very real with all my kids.
Me too.
My children are still young. My children are 8, 3 about to be 4, and 2 going to be 3. But when people freak out and like, oh, I don't know what to say when I have the birds and bees conversation. Well, honey, I do. It's a great, wonderful thing. Sometimes it hurts. Some men have big slong dongs and it hurts. It might rip you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's meant to be with the right person, because for me, I have morals, ethics, and values. And that's something that is different about this new generation. They don't have any morals, ethics, and values. But it's also because the parents aren't teaching them to have morals, ethics, and values. They're not teaching them anything. And that's why you find such stuff that we hear and we're like, that's stupid as hell. Ain't no way that somebody really thought that. But really there is, because they don't know. They're not being taught. So back to morals, ethics, and values. I have morals, ethics, and values. I'm not for everybody. I am a freak of nature, and I'm just like they like me, nasty, nasty. Mm-hmm. But I want to be that for a specific person, even if it's a situation that I have a friends with benefits. I've been in that before. I had one specific friend with benefits, because I don't prefer to, me personally, and there's nothing wrong with the people that like to sleep around, but I don't prefer to sleep around with multiple people at one time personally. Yeah, so for me, I have morals, ethics, and values that I live by, and that's what I will teach my daughter. People, and I believe in God. I love God with all my heart. He's number one in my life. But at the same time, I don't want to push it to a Bible issue to drive my kid away, a Bible situation to drive my kid away from church and stuff like that. I want to explain it to her the right way. It's a wonderful, great thing with the right person. It's not meant for you to give your body to everybody. Sometimes it hurts. Other times it feels amazing. Some people know what they're doing and some people don't. But when she's ready, I would prefer my child, especially my daughter who can get pregnant, to come to me and tell me she's ready for that, so that I can set her up for success and not failure. I can put her on a birth control and buy condoms or whatever I have to do, because let's face reality. Parents want their kids to be innocent beings, and that's wonderful. Yes, we do. We want to keep our kids innocent as long as we can. At the same time, when kids think they're grown, especially as teenagers, when they get to high school, middle school age, especially about the 9th, 10th grade, they start really getting into their hormones and stuff. They start realizing different sensations and feeling types of ways when they see boys or boys see girls or whatever. And I would much rather set my daughter up for success to be able to go to college and stuff and be on a birth control or something to prevent pregnancy if she's going to decide to do it anyway. And so I'm very open and real with my kids. And so I don't fret about what I'm going to tell my kids and stuff and how I'm going to tell them, because I just believe in being real with my kids. But in this day and time, one, you got a lot of kids raising kids and they don't know what the hell they're doing. And two, parents just ain't parents anymore. They too busy trying to dress like the teenager, party with the teenager and all that. I always tell my daughter, I love you and we'll always be best friends, but I'm always your mama first.
That's right. That's right.
And I'll tell my sons the same thing. You know, they're not quite old enough for that type of conversation. Like my daughter's 8, and I tell her that because when I get on to her, I explain that to her because we have fun together and stuff. But I'm your mama.
That's right.
You know, so
I'm your mom, not your friend. That's what I tell my daughter. I'm your
one
mom.
thing about it, these women with sons. You need to be raising your sons. I got 2 sons that I'm raising. You need to be raising your sons on how to treat a woman right. It's important for them to know about her period. Why? They need to be making her a care basket when they have a woman with some chocolate and knowing how to go to the store and get pads. And one day they're going to be a daddy. One day they're going to be a daddy and have a daughter possibly. And they need to know about this.
Exactly. And I can't believe that this kid thought that she was going to bleed out and grow a dick. Like, come on, women. You can do better. And I guess now it's not so taboo and women are now more talking about it. So they're actually educating their kids about it now than they were back in the day or,
it's
10 years ago.
It's just so sad that people would not take the time to educate their children. And I want to tell you, like, parents, even my parents, they tell children the craziest stuff. Oh, if you do that, there was a girl dating my brother. And her mama told her that she had a medical disorder she was born with. No, she had sex. It would kill her. Well,
are you serious?
Eventually, curiosity kills the cat, right?
Well, yeah. And
so that didn't work. And her and my brother ended up having intercourse. And obviously, she ain't gone. And she realized that it was a lie. But my thing is, we expect our kids to be honest with us.
Right.
How betrayed does your child feel
when you lie to them
when you haven't been honest with them?
Right.
And I'm not about to tell my kid nothing to scare them like that. I would much rather say, hey, if you decide you want to do this, you just let me know. We'll handle business to where everything's okay.
Right. These are the consequences. You're having a child or you're getting an STD or you're getting something you can't get rid of with bleach.
To the extent, explaining how, even with birth control, how important condoms are and stuff like that. Because I don't want my child to catch something. Once you catch AIDS, there's no going back from that.
No, there's not. So please,
and in this day and time, you never know.
Yes.
And please educate your kids.
Yes.
Educate your kids.
Yes.
If your friends ain't educating their kids, educate your friends' kids, because your friends' kids is hanging out with your kids. And if your friends don't like it, then their kids don't need to be hanging out with your kids. Because one thing about me, and
the
I
thing
make
is
this
with the
clear.
friends though, no, back up. The things with the friends though, you get misinformation. You get these kids that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, telling these other kids the shit that's not true. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, listen, I'm the parent that's going to piss the other parent off.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I treat your kids just like I treat my kids, and I make that very clear. I'm not going. It is our duty as this generation to teach not just our children, but every generation to come. It is our duty to make sure that they have the knowledge that they need. If you see a child that doesn't have any type of stability and education and knowledge and wisdom poured into that, that's what God gives you that for, to pour into other people. So pour it into these children. If their parents don't like it, it's because they don't have good intentions anyways.
That's right.
But I would rather my kid lose a friend than my kid be uneducated, right, and be listening to a child that thinks sticking a tampon up them is going to make them grow a dick.
Right. Or not sticking a tampon in and stopping it, they'll grow a dick. That's what he said. He said, oh my God, I don't know what to get. She's going to grow a dick if I don't stop the bleeding.
That's insane.
I know. All right, let's move on. All right, next. Smart sex tech. What do you think? Okay, listen. All right, this allows you to use a digital... Okay, so basically you're having sex with a robot. All right, would you have sex with a robot? If yes, you are one of the 36% of people who would be curious enough to try. Would you? Because I would. I would try anything once. If I don't like it, I don't like it. but it's no different than us using toys as in fucking a robot, I guess you could say. But hell, I've had that motherfucker give me a massage up front first. Make me feel good and loose.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think I would fuck a robot. And I would about try anything. But that piece of metal on top of me just don't sound sexy.
Girl,
even if
they're
like
going to make them look like humans.
Yeah, I know, but
they're going to make them look like humans.
That just wouldn't be for me. No, I like the real thing. I want that real meat slapping up in this. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
I don't want none of that. To me, if I'm gonna get a toy, I'm gonna get a toy and do my thing. Because I'm gonna be real with you. When I do my thing, when I play with myself and stuff, I just get to be done and that's it. Because it ain't the same anyways. You feel me?
Right. It's
just not the same.
It's not the same as a human touch, kisses,
right.
the feeling.
I want that real meat. I want that real meat. I want them filling me up. You know what I mean? I want to feel them bust in me. I want to feel all that shit. I want to suck they dick before they go in me anyways. What I'm going to do with a fucking robot?
Okay. Have you noticed when you went to the supermarkets and the stores now that they have fucking sex toys? Have you noticed this on the shelves? They just started doing this.
They're not the great ones though.
No, they're not the real top of the line, but they are,
Yeah.
And
they'll get the job done.
It's called Super Smart Kits.
I got super fingers.
It's sexual wellness now. There is a sexual wellness.
I mean, one thing people fail to realize,
found at supermarkets, pharmacies, and drugstores.
Some people look at
and it's called smart sex tech.
Some people look at playing with themselves as like a thing.
Yeah.
But like when you release an orgasm, whether it's through having sex or playing with yourself, it releases
endorphin,
a happy endorphin.
Right.
The love endorphin and all that. So it puts you in a better mood. It makes you happy. It takes the anger away. And one thing about it, if you can't go to sleep, roll one out.
Uh-huh. And it releases stress too. If you're stressed out.
Yeah.
If you're really stressed out, have an orgasm and smoke a big fucking fat blunt, you'll be good to go. Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I got 3 kids. So I'm always, when I got to do that, it's a quick thing. Because with 3 kids, you ain't never got a break. But shit, once you get that out, you ain't yelling so much afterwards. You feel me? You're good.
Okay, so we have international dating and sexual fantasies. International dating and sexual fantasies. Wow. Now, these are the trends, mind you.
So international dating, like in other countries?
I'm assuming.
So I talked to a guy in Jamaica. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. But I also plan to go visit him. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with that at all. Shit, one thing about them Jamaicans, them hips don't lie, you feel me? Oh my God, I'm trying to see how they don't lie. You feel me? I'm trying to see him lie up in me. I'm talking deep inside, getting these guts, baby. Oh, he's so fine. And just talk to me. That accent, so if it's your thing, do it. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, when I date with intent to marry. I date with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? My time is precious. So, with that being said, my intent is to go visit him. And as long as things go well, we have talked about eventually him coming here.
Okay.
So, I mean, but I will tell you, like, I'm gonna tell you something. Dating internationally is different and good in ways, because I'm gonna just be frank about it. These American men do not appreciate their women. In this day and time, they don't.
I can definitely agree with that.
They just, it's a different, a lot of women are being abused and sorry. 1 second. they're being abused, and the men don't appreciate them. The men don't compliment their women. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of not positive things. It lasts briefly in
There's
the
no
beginning.
chivalry. There's no chivalry in there either.
Yeah. And so I will tell you, like Jamaican men, for instance, especially this sexy redheaded vendor. Oh my God, boy, I got him after me.
A redheaded?
Every Jamaican I meet, when I tell you, man, I had one on TikTok about looked like he was trying to come through the screen, and I had him on mute, and I unmuted him. And one thing, they may not know a lot of things to say in English, but they know how to say KKrazy and get my attention, or crazy. But I don't go after every. I'm not the type of woman to go after every man, but I'm telling you, like all of them, your eyes, you're so beautiful. But the Jamaican man that I'm talking to, he literally like sends me the sweetest messages every morning, every day, without fail. And they're truly from his heart. And you just don't find men in America that appreciate their women. And I'm going to read a couple of the messages he sent me to explain what I mean. But this one says, "Good morning, my queen, my honey from the bee, the woman that warms my heart and soul. The only woman that takes my breath away every time I look into those beautiful eyes. I see love, compassion. I see heart that loves unconditional. I appreciate you. I put no one below you or above you, my queen. The Most High keep and guide you through all your endeavors. Have a magnificent day, my queen."
Wow.
This is something he sent me the other night. What is the night without the moon and the stars? What is the day without the sun? What is a man without a good woman? What am I without you? You warm my heart with words of love and encouragement. You make me feel wanted. You make me feel 100. Just the way you are, my queen. I have a wonderful and blessed night. So you don't find men that talk to you like this. The love of my life, the queen of my heart, the one who makes my world go round, that makes me feel special every single day. I love and appreciate you so much. Have a wonderful and awesome day, my queen. You just don't find that here. You know what I'm saying? And so I think international dating is a good thing, especially even if you just talk to somebody to find your self-worth and to see a difference. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Couples are focusing on the journey, not the destination. So they're opening up their sexual fantasies and tapping out of the casual dating to pursue long-lasting love and relationships. I mean, it's not my cup of tea. I don't think I could do that. But hey, I mean, not everything's for everybody. That's why there's so many different things out there. All right, so next category is anal masturbation.
Anal what?
Masturbation. Instead of just regular masturbation, it's just anal masturbation. What do you think?
For women or men?
It's
either way.
It's all about self-love and self-exploitation, and no surprises that exploring all areas of the body is becoming more of a trend. More and more. Wow, I'm really liking this.
If you want to masturbate in your anal, by all means, get that finger in that booty hole. You know what I mean? Do your thing. For me, I ain't going to be doing no anal masturbation. I'm going to be real with you. Anytime I've done anal with my man, it's because it's something different and exciting, and men tend to want to do that. So it's about pleasing my man for me. And it's not that I dislike it. I'm not going to say that I dislike it, because I don't dislike it. It always, I always say with pain comes pleasure, for sure. So,
right.
So I do like that side of it. But as far as masturbating personally in my butt, it ain't happening.
Okay.
But men have a G spot in there, so I could see why they did it, But and I will say, I've known people, women even, and I had a friend like this, that she preferred anal over anything, and so maybe she would be the type of woman to masturbate there. But for me, it's a no-go.
See,
I
I
ain't
like
doing
both.
that.
I want to be double penetrated. When I masturbate, sometimes I double penetrate myself. So yes, I would fall under the category of anal masturbation.
Well, I do like double penetration, but
I'm a
like
nasty
I say,
bitch.
when I masturbate, it's a quick thing for me, so I don't have time for all that.
Wow.
But I do like double penetration with my man.
Well, I'm not with anybody, so therefore I'm masturbating quite a bit. I've been getting really.
Hey, bend that ass over, let that coochie breathe, stick them toys in the booty hole in the coochie, and whatever works for you.
Bitch. I fucking love you. Yeah, I'm the dirty nasty one that likes to be fucked in her ass. So I don't know. I just like it.
I like it too with my man, but I'm not gonna masturbate like that.
Okay, Crazy. I'm gonna have to stop you right there. We will pick this up next week. We'll talk more about masturbation and other ways we like to do it. So, sexy horn dogs, tune in next week as I continue this hot conversation with Crazy.
Thanks for listening, sexy horn dogs. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like and follow us to get notifications when the new episodes drop. Not all views and comments that are in this podcast are endorsed by me. Thanks, sexy horn dogs.
This is the Sexy Horn Dogs podcast.